up, guys? This is a new setup for me. I just built this rig that you're watching me through right now. All right, come on, lady. All right, we'll start that over. So this is a new rig for me. I'll be trying to do some more vlog style stuff through here. Just talk about random stuff on my way to school. It's dead time, so I thought I'd just do a little something. I think this is a pretty cool angle. We'll talk about the setup in this video, some of the stuff in the interior of my car, and just get familiarized with the setting. So first of all, you're seeing me through a GoPro 4 Silver edition. That's different from the black. This one's got the touchscreen and a few other features that you can change on the camera easily, whereas the 4 Black has the 4K ability. I didn't really think I was going to need that because my computer honestly can't even handle that, so didn't really matter to me. Now, what you're being held on right now is something I just built last night. I went to Home Depot, got 2 pieces of L-shaped aluminum, and at first I used one piece, or it's not an L, it's actually a C channel. I used one piece, hooked it onto the headrest of the driver's seat only, and it started flexing. I did a little video before that. It was very shaky because it was missing that extra added strength from being a full-on square tube. So I cut another piece, put it in the other direction, so they're kind of locked together with some little bolts. It looks like very aerospace now. I'll take the camera off and show you guys one day. It seems to be holding pretty steady now. The reason why I hooked it up to my seat versus my seat as well as the passenger seat is because they both have to be dead even. Yeah, it would make a more stable shot, but it was just, you know, I have people riding in my car. Sometimes my sister will ride and recline in there, so it just didn't make sense to hook it up to both seats, because then they would all have to, both the seats would have to move together, and that's just not possible. So it's connected to just my seat right now. I think the shot's pretty good. I'm looking at it through right now on my phone. Obviously driving, just glancing every now and again to make sure it's recording, but it seems to be pretty stable from what I'm seeing right now. It's not the most like live video, so to speak, but it seems to be doing okay. And we're going actually through 1080p Superview, which is the widest angle that the camera can do. I know it's a little bit of a fisheye, but I feel like it kind of captures the interior pretty well. I do have spot metering on so that the white balance and stuff doesn't adjust awkwardly and you can see the outside properly, because if you turn that off, sometimes it'll try and illuminate the interior so that you can see that well and white out the you know, scenery outside. I didn't really want that, so hopefully that's working pretty well. I'll check that after when I pull the video onto my computer. Talking about the car, you guys already know what I drive. 2014 Mark 6 GTI 6-speed. It is a driver's edition. Got some little stuff done to it that make it more fun for day-to-day use. Nothing crazy. I've got a short ram air intake from BSH. I believe it's called a True Seal. I also took off my fire blanket or hood blanket. It's mainly used for noise reduction. I've heard that it also smothers out an engine fire in the case that you would get one, but I don't have to worry about that, because if you see right there, I do have a fire extinguisher, so God forbid that happens, I'll just put it out on my own. What else? So you'll probably hear that from time to time. You might hear the blow-off noise. I do have my sound actor enabled. What that is basically a little electric sound generator that's located in the cowl over there. You access it from the engine bay, and it simulates engine noises, because this car, for what it is pretty well insulated from sound. It's a very quiet cabin. So they use that to kind of give the driver a more engaging experience and stuff like that. So I turned it off when I first got the car because I thought it was stupid and I didn't want fake sound, but the car just got way too quiet. You know, I don't have an exhaust, I didn't have an intake at the time, so it was just hard for me to drive if I had music playing ever so slightly or anything like that. I for one drive stick by, you know, noise. I listen to the engine speed to rev match and all that kind of stuff. So exhaust, I might turn it off again. I've watched some videos online on how to design the toggle switch and stuff like that. I have bought all the stuff for it, but I was having trouble installing it, so I kind of gave up, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it when it's warmer. So maybe that's a project for the upcoming summer, I don't know. What else? Alright, the shifter. I don't have a short shifter yet, but what I do have is a dog bone insert from ECS Tuning. And what that basically is it's a little polyurethane insert that goes in this thing called a dog bone. And what that is there's a pendulum mount that hooks up, I believe, the engine to the transmission, and it allows for a little bit of vibration to go through. And if it's stock, you'll feel it when you start up the car, you'll feel the engine buck back and forth. If you try and do quick shifts, you don't get that direct feeling. So I bought that. It was a $30 piece, and it definitely helped out. So when I drive a little bit more engaged, that helps out a lot. It makes a night and day difference. I was also considering, you know, short throw shifter and stuff like that. I mean, for now, this is my first stick car, so it's not really bothering me, but maybe down the road when I have excess cash just laying around, I'll just bite the bullet and do that. But for now, I'm perfectly fine with the way it is. Right now, we're just rolling through my neighboring town. As I said, I'm on my way to school. Sometimes I take this road if I have extra time to get to school, because the road I use to get to school is very boring. It's just a straight shot. There's like a few red lights, and it's just very, very mundane. So when I have the time, I like to take this road. It lets me roll through the gears a little bit more. Plus it's fall time, and these towns that have nice back roads and stuff like that, they're just trees. The color is amazing. So you know, when I'm in school, I'm there all day from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. roughly. So I'm locked in all day long. So I try and get as much of this in as I can before it passes. This week, actually, it got super, super cold out of nowhere. Vermont got snow earlier this week. We were forecasted to get snow for Thursday, but now it looks like it's just going to be rain. I was considering going on to winter tires, only because the tires I'm on are the, you know, factory tires. We'll talk, I didn't even say anything about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Super ADD moment. But yeah, the tires, they are the Pirelli P0 Neros. They're the all seasons, which are very, I would say they're pretty focused for summer oriented driving. Decently stiff from other cars I've experienced. I've driven E90s with all season run flats. Those are super stiff and they don't even grip that well. My previous car, B7A4, I had Continental Conti Pros. I've had a Mini Cooper S with Hankook V12 Evo 2s. So I've had a good mix of all-season performance tires under my belt, and I have to say this is probably one of the stiffest ones. They're nice, but they do have a little bit of road noise, which I don't like. So when the time comes, I'll probably switch out these tires for maybe something like R888s. I know that's super grippy for the road, but it's what I want, so I'll do it when these tires go. But my other set of wheels that I have for the winter are these Passat. I believe it's a B6 generation Passat. It's like a Passat from like 2010, 2012, somewhere around there. 6-spoke wheels. They're 16-inch. Just barely clear the brakes on this car. Tires are a little big for this car, but whatever, it raises it up a little bit. The tires themselves are the Bridgestone Blizzak WS70s, and they are amazing in the snow. I'm not even lying when I say, as long as I'm not like trying to get out of a stuck situation, I have more confidence with this little car with front wheel drive and those winter tires than I did with my A4 that had Quattro but all seasons. So I think, you know, I'm pretty happy driving this car around in the snow. I have no problems. The only time I do get scared is if I'm going down a hill or up a hill. You know, going to my school, which you'll see there's 2 speed bumps, both uphill. So, and I gotta slow down for it. I can't just like launch my car off these speed bumps. So I do have to slow down, and I'm scared that I won't get the momentum to get back going up the hill again. We'll find out soon enough, but my sister goes to the same school as me, so on the days that it snows, we just take the Audi, and I just don't want to risk it with this car if I don't have to, you know. It's not worth it to me. I didn't talk about this earlier, but this is a Escort radar. It's the 8500. Nothing crazy. It's kind of outdated, actually, I think, but it gets a job done for me. I previously had like a El Cheapo Cobra hand-me-down unit. Got the job done, but if it really came down to it, probably would not have saved me at all. This one, however, does work pretty well. It gives me a good amount of range. It lets me know well in advance for me to slow down. Not that I'm like a speed demon or anything, but you know, everyone speeds and you just want to be safe. So it does well with that. I've got it hardwired into the car. I know my state has a law where they don't like anything that's suction cupped to the dash, or I mean not the dash, the windshield. And I mean, I've seen people do it all the time, but I just don't want to have to get in trouble with it. I mean, it is a cop radar detector. God forbid a cop catches me. I don't think they're going to be too pleased with me having that suction cup to my windshield. So I've got it hardwired. I bought the hardwire kit for 30 bucks from Best Buy. This little mount right here I got off Amazon. It's kind of like a, I believe they call it a blend mount, which are like 100 bucks. I paid 30 for this. I had to use a Dremel and shave it down a bit, because the mounting bracket from the back of the mirror on most Volkswagens, they're cylindrical and they're conic, so meaning that it's got a bigger diameter closer to the mirror, and then as it slopes up closer to the windshield where it you know, mounts in, it gets smaller and smaller. And this mount was designed for a fixed diameter or fixed radius, which, you know, like mirror, so I had to change that up. And once I did that, it's been holding for about 3 weeks now. Usually I would tighten it, it would last for a week, fall loose, and now it's lasted for what I say, 3 weeks. So I think it's gonna hold, and it's nice. It's out of the way, looks very clean. I'm happy with it. So here we are, back to the straight bit. This part I can't avoid to get to school. I have to use this. So that's that. Tune in later.